Okay, I'm going to try to explain what's going on here. And it has to do, actually, with what's been going on with Lotus, because I know a lot of you guys don't understand. Let me find some good symbols to work with here. Let's use this batch. Lotus works within the law. She is doing an earthly work. I am doing a heavenly work. And they're really about the same thing. It's about language. We both got into this with the same way. The scribes scribbled the scriptures and gave us Bible, Bibble, Babble a long time ago when they divided the tongues. Now, I've put the tongues back together and it led me to the heavens. I have been manifesting in air and fire. I'm always talking about this fire god that we're dealing with. Our Father who art in heaven, air, and this fire god. And they are opposed. The Sphinx is a symbol of fire, the lion, and the man, air. It's the man over the lion. And the last time these were in power, the lion was over the man. And we're waiting for the day that the man is over the lion. Now, Lotus works in the law that's being practiced in this age of water. We're in water law. The American flag that has the yellow fringe around it, it has a fire fringe. They're playing with fire. It is actually a water symbol for admiralty law. And they've brought that law on the land. Earth. We're supposed to be under the law of the land, under civil law. But Peter's dying upside down, and they've brought the law of the water onto the law of the land. That's why they have our birth certificates. That's why he's called a doctor, because your mother is water, and you birth the ship into the port. And you are now property. And they've messed up our language really bad. If you should try to read a King James 1611 Bible, and the first thing you're going to notice is that the vowels are different. The U looks like a V, and the V looks like a U. That's why I keep telling you can't take no oath. That means no vowels. The vowels are variable. They leave the word the same. They simply change the vowel, just like they did to my birth certificate. Now, this is how I came to know Lotus, which has been about 6 years ago, is because she had gotten her trust, or whatever it's called, when you get your birth certificate off the stock market, and you are because she understood the water law and the earth law, so she cried foul and got her birth certificate back. And she was talking to me about it, but I have an unusual situation, because the birth certificate that they actually have, that they want to attach to me, is not the birth certificate that was in the hospital when I came into port. The state decided to change my name, so it's that they don't match. It's the one they have on me is an illegal document. So this is how I come to know Lotus, and she works in the earth water law, and I work in the air fire law. And I do believe we are both cardinal. I haven't done her chart, or if I did, I don't remember. But with the authority that she speaks with, it's like she's Cancer. She is water. She knows what she's talking about. And I am earth. And she's got a lot of water and fire. I see a lot of fire in her and a lot of water in her, to where I'm very earthy and very airy. We are both doing what we know. Now, when I sent you guys over there, it was for the sheer fact that I saw this going south. And I thought I could help by putting eyes on the situation. That if more people were watching it, it would prevent this battle from escalating into something that it did. I thought if people were made aware, maybe it wouldn't escalate to that. But it didn't stop it, but it's still good that we have eyes on it, because at least somebody knows what went down now. And all of the videos are on BitChute, by the way. There are some links in the previous video in the comment section if you want to find that and try to understand what's going on. But I do understand what's going on. She's fighting within this battle of fire and ice, and she's fighting for water, for the rights of water and earth. She's fighting against the water for the earth. I am fighting against the fire for the air. We're fighting the same battles because we've all been double-crossed. And help me if you don't know what that means. You're just going to have to go back and do your homework. You've showed up late to the game. We're at the end game now. This is the end game. I've been talking about this for years. 2020's here. We're doing it. We're doing it. To where air and fire, what I'm working in, are both masculine. The arrows point up. The pyramids point up. They're masculine. What she's working in is the feminine. The pyramids point down. And I'm on one end with air. She's on the other end with earth. And we're fighting these two in the middle. We're fighting this battle of fire and ice. And you put these two symbols together and you know what you get. Let me do this real quick. See if I can get this right. This is 10 and this is 20. 10, 10. That's 20. That's the square and compass. That's the symbol of the Freemasons. Okay? And this is 20. 20. You got to do it twice. Now, I told you there are two lodges. They have a water pillar and they have a fire pillar. And these two are warring against themselves right now. They were two pillars. We called them the Twin Towers. They took them down and made one. They put the water pillar on top of the fire pillar. They put the moon on top of the sun. It's called an eclipse, O Black Sun. So you have a Scottish Rite fire and a Water Rite York. Two lodges. And there can only be one. They want one world order, so they have to merge those two. When you merge those two, you come up with who's really behind everything. The root of the issue is where the two really did become one in the past. And they war against heaven and earth, which in the age of Aquarius represents air is South America and earth is North America. Aquarius and Capricorn. And we're fighting this age, which is a water age. And its symbol is this. But then here's this guy over here from the past. This is this fire god that was, but is not, but is to come. And he sticks his power right down the middle of it. And they call it the Ka Ro. And I'm going to show you, you go ahead and put that H in there because that's exactly what it is. It's a Ka Ro. Now, they bibble-babbled us. So you've been told you're a Christian. Well, this is a Chris mark, and this is a 10 mark. Let's put them together again. You're a Christian. This is a frickin' Christian. And that's this age that's mutable. This is a cross. This is a cross. There are 3 crosses at Golgotha, but that's not what they look like. They look like this. Mutable, fixed, cardinal. We've each been, everybody has been born on one of these crosses. We, right now, we are in this age, we are dead in the water. That's where we're at right now. We're at the end game and we're dead in the water. We're Mark Twain. We're 6 feet under the water. We're Mark Twain. Mark Twain is a nautical term. When you're going in the boat down the river, you have to know 12 feet. A mark is 1. 2 marks is Mark Twain, or Mark II. That's Mark II down, it's 12 feet. 1 mark is 6 feet. 2 marks is 12 feet. We're already 6 feet under now, standing on the earth, because you're in dirt. You're in earth. You're an earth vessel. But we've been flooded because the water law is now on the land, so we're dead in the water. This is what's going on. She's trying to pull us. Lotus is trying to get us out of the water, back onto the land, by title, by right. And it's spelt this way, not R-I-G-H-T. That's a direction, not a right. And and it's a magic. W is the symbol for magic. It's a magic right. You have to write your right. And they've not taught us how to write. They've lied to us. They've bibbled us. And we are casting spells upon ourselves. We park in the driveway and drive on the parkway. When you're a product when you're moving a product across the water, you call it cargo. But when you put that same product and move it across the ground, you call it a shipment. You've been bibble-babbled. And these 2 guys are together. Let me pause here and take you somewhere. This is Psalm 83. Keep not thou silent, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel shall be no more in remembrance. We are those that remember Israel. For they have consulted together with one consent. Those 2 pillars came into an agreement to cut us off from being a nation. They are confederate against thee. And then it goes into the past of all these, that this has happened before, it's going to happen again. It's a script. Who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my God, make them like a wheel as the stubble before the wind. Before the wind. He's got the power of the wind. Air. We know we're talking of what God? Air God. As the fire burneth the wood, as the flame seeth the mountains on fire. Now you have fire and wind. That's masculine. So it's a masculine fighting a dominant feminine thing, which that's what this is. That's why they call it the whore of Babylon. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded in trouble forever. Let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name is, and I'm not going to say this name, because this word right here and this word right here is actually not even in the text. When you see a word that's in italics or that is capitalized, it is not in the original script. It has been added. Most high over all the earth, the God of air and earth. Of course, air, earth, water, and fire. It's just most high is cardinal. Cardinal earth. And right now, it is part of the cardinal cross without the feminine, out of balance. Let me show you again. It is part of the, this is the cardinal cross with just the masculine side. It doesn't have the feminine to balance it, or this would have been great. But it hates the woman, and it's very masculine. We know this God. You would know this God. What we're being shown today, this would be Molech. Demands a sacrifice, fire, all that. And then the X is simply the age we live in, that's ruled by Jupiter and Mercury. Or Mercury and Jupiter. You see that MJ all the time. It's Mercury and Jupiter. I call them, Jupiter is Jew Peter, and Jew Peter's name was Simon, and or what I say, Jew Simon, and Jew Simon had a Jew Simon's son named Jew Judas Iscariot. So you have and the Christ called Jew Peter Satan, so it makes Iscariot over here that sold out for 30 pieces of silver. Silver is the moon, is water, and he rules earth, but he got the 30 pieces of water, or the 30 degrees of Pisces. Water. Sold out for that. Thalem was taken to the pinnacle of the temple and shown all the kingdoms that could be his for the age of Pisces if he would only fall down and worship him. Well, his son Judas did. A lot of times it's not what they tell you, it's what they're not telling you. So I hope that straightens out a little bit about what's going on. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. This, like I said, this is the first part of this year was nothing compared to what's coming up. Let me take us there real quick. Okay. We've got Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto, all in retrograde, all in Sagittarius. This is the house of ideology. This is the mutable fire. It's the lake of fire. That's the light in the mind, is the lake of fire. Let's get rid of that. Mars, Neptune retrograde in Aquarius. Mars in that bipolar extreme action-reaction state. I've told you about Pisces. Mars being in this water here. That's whoever, remember when Mars is in water, whoever throws the first stone goes down. Don't do it. Stick with the heart and Venus right now. Mercury in his own. The sun finally in Cancer now. Thank goodness it's in water, but it is aspecting. It's fire that's in water, and you got fire in water, and you got fire in water. Jupiter ruling the water of this age in his own house of fire. So, got a lot of the battle that's going on is between the lunar pillar and the solar pillar. It's between east and west, occidental and oriental. We're just caught up in the middle. We're just caught up in the middle. The moon also, the fire is in the water, and the water is in the fire. And it is a mess. Now, as far as the next date coming up that really, well, as long as this here today, this is explosive. But let's see when it really gets rocking here. Let's see if we can go with the moon here. I want to go with the moon. How do I make it do that? I want to go with the moon. Yeah, we're going with the moon. Getting right in here. Right about there. 7:30. Heads up right there. That's when the Vatican does their little ritual, and the moon will be at 81%. So it'll be a pretty big ritual. Let's keep going. Moon conjunct Jupiter on the 1st. Then on the 2nd, conjunct Pluto. On the 2nd, conjunct Saturn. Remember that we're in this battle of fire and ice. So the big players right now are those who rule fire and ice, which are the moon, the sun, Mars, and Jupiter. And here's the worst problem of all, right there. So August the 9th at 2 o'clock in the morning, or probably even before that, depending on where you're at on the planet, right? Yeah, right about in there. Right before 2 a.m. Ooh, big issues there. Then let's take Mars. Is going to go retrograde. Let's find out what day. We're at 41, 45, 48, 50, 51. On the 9th, on 9/9, Mars is going to go retrograde. And that's going to be after another Mars-Jupiter conjunction on 9/5, September 5th. A lot going on about September 5th, by the way. I think it's just an ARG, but it is in the stars. So somebody's kind of channeling this energy and putting it out there as well. We all play our own parts. Instead of being against each other, we need to understand each other and come together with what talents we have. No man is an island. Each of us does our part. Each of us has our own cross. And they should be complementing each other. So, want to stay with Mars. Need to get, okay, on Mars. Let's take Mars. Let's let him run his retrograde. See when he comes out. Another moon. Another moon. And he's going to come out on 11/11. Mars is going to come out. And then he's still going to do these several rounds with the moon keep passing by that spot. So you're going to see that happen over and over and over, and then retrograde over and over. Let me, hold on, I want to pull him into the day he comes into Aries. On 1/5, 1415, 1/4 Pisces, 1/5 Aries. So on January the 5th, he's going to move into his own house, cardinal fire, which is, let me show you the symbol again. When you do this symbol, which he's this symbol right here. Whoops. He is cardinal fire. He's that symbol. He's that part. So that's how he acts when he's here in this water. He's doing this. This is Mars doing this symbol. But Mars is fixing to move into his own house. But this patriarch that's ruling here, it doesn't have its feminine side. That would be my part. And Lotus. Me and Lotus carry this. I am the earth and she's the water. She's fighting the water and I'm fighting the fire. She fights the water and I fight the fire. We both fight for heaven and earth. That's who we stand for, or our purpose here, or what we're doing here. But this is what's going on. Now, when Mars moves into his own house, and if he's still carrying that energy without the feminine part, and Uranus is here, this energy is off the charts, fiery. To me, this is when, if a shoot 'em up big war was to start, this is when it would be planned for. Now, at this point, like I said, when you're dealing with this type of energy and mindset, remember, this is all about ideology, mindset, what we think. This is a battle for what we think. Then they will turn the table over. This is a game of chess. And when you take their queen, the moon, where's the queen? When you take their queen and they know the game is finished, they don't want to finish the game. They don't want to forfeit. They want a do-over. They want to cry foul. They want to put the blame on anybody but themselves. But they'll tump the board over, and you're looking at the board. They'll turn this place upside down. I've dealt with this energy my whole life. I know what it'll do. It'll do anything to protect its image. Its image. Now, people take the commandment, thou shalt have no image of anything in heaven or in earth. You think this is some righteous, pure God, images and idol worship and all that's bad. No, that's because you're only allowed images of water and fire. He's not going to tolerate heaven and earth. He'll only tolerate the image of water or fire, because that's what he rules. He's cardinal fire, Mars, and fixed water, as Jupiter is mutable fire and mutable water. All right. I hope that clarified some things. I don't want to drag this out. Y'all know what to do. Stay in your hearts. Stay in your hearts. Heart, earth. Don't let it be stony and cold. But stay in your Venus. That's all we've got right now. Just stay there. If you've connected with your higher self and you're under that Saturnalian energy as part of the true lodge, not this artificial initiation lodge, but the true lodge, the Saturn rules nature. This is nature's circle you're looking at. And it's magic. It's magic that none of their technology can reproduce. They can only imitate. It's artificial. Artie did it. It's all about art and images. And yeah, Mars in his images. And he doesn't like the images of heaven and earth. All right. I love you all. Be strong. I would say do your homework, but it's a little bit late for that. What you can do right now is exactly what Uranus is telling us to do at this time, is to purify our minds. When you purify your mind, the body will follow. You purify your heart, which Venus just came through there, and you'll have the opportunity again every time she comes around. When she's in that cardinal fire, purify that heart. And sometimes purifying the heart can be very painful. We can lose things that we love. It can be taken from us so that we purify that heart. But we always have a choice in what we do because we're in a duality. Now, that is one of the big problems with what's going on, because these people want a one world order in a construct that demands at minimum a duality. But we have the third pillar, that middle pillar. So it's more than a duality. We just can't see the other worlds. And it's growing. It's becoming more and more. The symbol for nature is that let me get this right. The spiral going this way. They are perverting it. This is natural. This is unnatural. We need a new world, not a unworld. And we all know what that means and how unnatural that is. And what it's all about, we're told in the scripture. He hates the woman. I don't know what else to say. He hates the divine feminine because it can bring forth life, and all he can do is imitate it. Which is sad, because we could really use a good strong cardinal fire, which in the next 2 ages, in the age of Capricorn, Mars is in cardinal fire at his proper place, where it's the fire of purification instead of the fire of destruction, like it was supposed to be, purify. But we all fall short, and we've all been born on one of these crosses, and right now we're all dead in the water. There's our guiding light. There's the way out. Don't be on the left side or the right side. Stay out of that battle of fire and ice if you can. I put that out there all the time. But go inside. There is no war. You'll find heaven on earth. I love you all. Keep each other in remembrance. Be there for each other. Be the love and the kindness. Be the heaven and the earth. Be the air in the earth in this time of the battle of fire and ice. Be the kindness. Thank y'all that donate to this channel and keep this going. And if you haven't, think about it. Be a part of it. You can share it if you like it. I don't tag these videos. I prefer the True Lodge just to show up on their own.